my beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of Whip It Like Butter. Or if it's your first time, hey, I'm Ashley, aka Miss Whip It Like Butter. Alright, so it's almost holiday time. So it's time for boozy pound cake season, alright? So this time, bourbon, chocolate, pound cake, y'all. Alright, y'all slept on the Kentucky butter. I ain't gonna talk about y'all. Don't sleep on this one. Bourbon in the cake, bourbon in the glaze. You see the shine right there. Yes, indeed. We're using Dutch processed cocoa. You don't want to use regular cocoa for this one. It's kind of usual. Modern Mountain. I'm going to link it in my Amazon store, which will be in the description box, so you can make sure you get this. If you don't want to get this kind, maybe it's a little pricey, but it's a little good. They use it in my black, my dark chocolate pound cakes, the black kind. But this is the Dutch processed cocoa. It has a lot of nice, rich flavor that it brings to your cake. All right, if you want to use that one, definitely still use Dutch process. It comes, you can find it in different brands. All right, so I'm showing you how to make this cake. Recipe in the description box, also linked in the comments. Don't be stingy. Make sure you share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. All right, let's go. All right, y'all. So let's start off with our 4 sticks of room temperature butter. You can use salted or unsalted. Doesn't matter. Salted only boosts the flavor of your pound cake. I promise you. Try it and see. Let me know how you like it. All right. So instead of sharing my sugar with the counter this time, I'm pouring it like I usually do. I decided to add it like this. All right. So I'm just adding half of it, giving it a mix, and then adding the other half because you know I like to slowly add in my sugar. All right, so here we are adding the second half of our sugar. And I do this nice and slow. So a 1 or a 2. A 2 is the highest that I go. Maybe a 3 for a short period of time. But I take my time creaming my butter and my sugar. And you cream it till it's about like so. Pulling to the size of the bowl, light and fluffy. If you're using a hand mixer, the same thing. Until it's light and fluffy, creamy for about 5 minutes. Okay? You don't need a stand mixer for this recipe. You can use a hand mixer just fine. All right, so we're adding our vanilla extract to our batter, 4 teaspoons. It's only going to boost the flavor of the cocoa and the bourbon. So don't be afraid to add it as extra flavor. It's not going to counteract the flavor of the others, but if you just want to eliminate it, that's fine. So we're adding our 10 room temperature eggs one at a time until they're nice and blended, y'all. And keep in mind, I speed up my videos so they're not too long. So this process is much quicker, and then I've, cut out some parts of it so it's not too long. If you want a real-time video, go see my butter vanilla pound cake recipe. All right, so our mix right here, it's flour, our cocoa, and baking soda all added together. So I just go ahead and put it together. It's our dry ingredients and mix it like so. Then we blended our buttermilk with our bourbon. Buttermilk is room temperature, and we're going to alternate that with our dry mix. Okay, so it's going to have like a little reaction when you mix it together. It's going to be okay. Just stir it, give it a nice good stir, and then go ahead and alternate it, starting with your dry mixture and ending with your dry mixture. Okay, same thing with the speed, nice and steady. A 1 or a 2, probably a 2. One's probably pretty slow, right? To go ahead and mix everything together. So we're ending here with our dry mixture. And y'all know I'm going to give this a hand mix before I place the cake in the pan. Our oven is preheated to 325 degrees, so it's all nice and hot and ready to go before we place our cake in the oven. I use the oven thermometer for accuracy. So if you're having trouble with accuracy as far as temperature, how your cake is coming out, it's always good to check if your oven is actually even at appropriate temperature. All right. Nice, good mix, but not over mixing, okay? Then we're going to spray the hell out of our pan, all right? I use Baker's Joy. You can use Baker's spray, your choice. Everything doesn't work for everybody, so use what works for you. This is a Nordic Ware Procast Angel Food pan. Besides one other pan, this is the only pan that's 18 cups is going to fit all of this batter. So you want to make sure that you use the appropriate pan, or be prepared to use extra pans for the extra batter, because you don't want to fill your pan too high and not give the cake enough room to rise. Even with this cake, you can probably keep out about a cup of batter just to make sure it doesn't rise too high, because this cake does rise pretty high. All right, make sure you spread it nice and evenly, especially with this cake, so it rises the correct way, straight up, gets a nice bloom, like you saw with how my cake came out, okay? All right, so we have our cake out of the oven. We let it cool for about 10 minutes before we went ahead and flipped that thing out the pan. All right, you see her. I love how she came out. I was grateful for that because, baby, that first cake did not. All right, so you can leave your cake in the pan and glaze it on that side and then remove it. I just didn't this time. So our glaze is butter. You want to go ahead and melt your butter down. I took it straight out the freezer. Don't judge me. It's better if you have it room temperature so it melts faster. All right, add your sugar in there until it's nice and combined. And then you want to add your water in there. You want to give that a good mix until it's nice and combined. You see it's kind of like one consistent color right here. You want to have it like on medium heat, not too high, not too low. Keep mixing until it gets nice and combined. Then you want to take it off the heat and pour in your bourbon. All right, and then you can let the bubbles settle. They'll settle anyway though when you pour your glaze into a measuring cup, which I recommend because it's nice for easier portability. You see it's not all frothy like it was when it was in the pan, all right, because it's calmed down a little bit. So pouring our glaze over our cake. Now I like that nice even color consistency on my cake. I want all the cake to be one color of brown. So I just came in with my pastry brush. I only use this for baking and went ahead and make sure I applied the glaze all around the cake, the sides, in the middle, all that, so I can get a nice even coat and a nice beautiful shine. Y'all see, even after it's set, the nice little shine, I love that. So of course I'm gonna give y'all a cut and then we're gonna get into the taste test. So I'm gonna tell y'all about this cake. Y'all, ooh, look at that. I'm so grateful for how it came out. All right, let's go. Baby, I was so ready. I almost got started without y'all. Because I've been wanting to make this cake for a long time. The first time it didn't come out the way I wanted. But baby, this one right here. Yes, indeed. I got a little extra sauce I saved. Because I didn't put it on both sides of my cake. But you can put it on both sides of your cake. Let's just hit it a little bit. A little bit. Not too much. Look at that. Just a little bit. It ain't too sweet. It got a lot of sugar in it, but it ain't too sweet, I promise you. Ma'am. This the one right here. You a chocolate lover? Put this on your cake for holiday time. If you're not a drinker, it's okay. If you really just don't do alcohol, okay. But I urge you to try it even if you're not a drinker. The alcohol boosts the flavor of the cake. It doesn't make it just taste like alcohol, if it makes sense. I can taste it, right? I like bourbon, you know, especially kind I use. You know what, let me show y'all kind I use. Bullet, baby, it's good. By itself, on the rocks, neat, with a splash of Coke. Get you some, and get you the orange label because the other one is dry. But yeah, bourbon and pound cake go real good together. Bourbon chocolate and pound cake go real good together. Do me a favor, when y'all make this recipe, let me know how you like it. But until then, like, share, subscribe, don't be stingy, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.